What if the loudest voices in the room are the easiest to ignore? What if the constant chatter, the endless posts, the desperate need to be seen, heard, and liked are not signs of strength, but glaring proof of weakness? You've been taught to speak up, to share your every thought, to be transparent, to be good. But look around. The ones who truly rule, the ones who shape industries, bend empires, and command respect, aren't shouting from the rooftops. They're the ones who move in silence, who strike with precision, who wield power like a blade forged in the shadows. This is not a world for the loud, the open, or the naive. This is a world for the strategic, the calculated, the untouchable. And today, you're going to learn how to become one of them through the timeless, brutal wisdom of Niccolò Machiavelli, the man who saw through the lies of virtue and exposed the raw, unfiltered truth of dominance. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll never play the game the same way again. You'll see the world for what it is, a battlefield where only the cunning survive, and you'll know exactly how to win. Section 1. The Lie of Transparency. They've sold you a fairy tale, that openness is strength, that wearing your heart on your sleeve builds trust, that sharing your plans, your fears, your dreams makes you relatable. They told you vulnerability is a virtue, that transparency wins hearts. But Machiavelli, the master of power, saw through this deception. In The Prince, he wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. The world doesn't reward the open book. It devours it. Every tweet you send, every status you post, every impulsive confession you share is a piece of yourself handed to vultures circling for weakness. The powerful don't reveal their souls. They conceal them. They craft an image, a mask that serves their purpose while shielding their true intentions. Think of the CEO who smiles warmly at the board meeting, nodding along while quietly orchestrating a corporate takeover. Think of the politician who pledges unity in public, all while securing loyalty through carefully calculated favors behind closed doors. Transparency is not a gift, it's a trap. It invites scrutiny, betrayal, and exploitation. When you lay bare your thoughts, you hand your enemies a map to your vulnerabilities. You give your rivals the tools to undermine you, your colleagues the ammunition to outshine you, your friends the leverage to manipulate you. The first rule of power is simple but ironclad. Never let them see the real you. Guard your intentions like a fortress. Let them guess, let them speculate, let them fear what they cannot know. In a negotiation, the one who reveals less holds the upper hand. In a workplace, the colleague who shares sparingly but delivers consistently commands more respect than the one who overshares. On social media, the person who posts with purpose, not desperation, draws eyes that matter. Transparency is a chain forged by those who want to control you. Break it. Build a wall around your true self and let the world see only what you choose to show. But this isn't about hiding for the sake of hiding. It's about strategy. It's about curating an image that projects strength, competence, and mystery. Machiavelli understood that appearances are power. The world judges you not by your heart, but by the shadow you cast. So cast a shadow that looms large, that unnerves, that commands attention without a word. Learn to smile while planning, to nod while plotting, to listen while preparing to strike. The less they know, the more they fear. And fear, as Machiavelli knew, is the foundation of control. Section 2. The Power of Strategic Silence. In a world addicted to noise, silence is your greatest weapon. Modern culture worships the loud, those who post relentlessly, argue endlessly, and overshare compulsively. Social media rewards the chatterboxes, the influencers who flood feeds with every fleeting thought. Cable news celebrates the pundits who shout over each other. Workplaces elevate the ones who dominate meetings with empty rhetoric. But Machiavelli saw through this illusion. He advised, speak rarely, and when you do, let your words carry weight. Words dilute power. The more you say, the less you're heard. The more you reveal, the weaker you become. Silence, on the other hand, is a force. It unnerves people. It forces them to fill the void, to expose their insecurities, their plans, their weaknesses. Imagine a high-stakes negotiation. You sit across the table saying little, listening intently, your face unreadable. The other side squirms. They over-explain, oversell, overcommit, handing you the advantage with every nervous word. Or picture a workplace meeting. The colleague who speaks sparingly but delivers a single, well-timed point commands the room, while the one who rambles fades into the background. Silence is not passivity, it's control. It's the pause before the strike, the calm before the storm, the moment of tension that makes your next move devastating. Consider a modern example. Elon Musk. He doesn't flood social media with daily updates or beg for attention with long-winded posts. When he speaks, whether through a cryptic tweet or a bold announcement, the world listens. Why? Because his silence builds anticipation. His restraint creates weight. Compare that to the countless influencers who post hourly, desperate for likes, only to be forgotten by tomorrow. Silence is scarcity, and scarcity is power. But strategic silence isn't just about saying less, it's about listening more. When you're silent, you observe. You collect information. You notice the cracks in others' facades, their fears, their ambitions, their mistakes. In a world where everyone is shouting to be noticed, the one who listens becomes the one who knows. And knowledge, as Machiavelli understood, is the currency of dominance. So how do you wield silence? Start small. In your next conversation, pause before responding. Let the other person fill the gap. In your next meeting, resist the urge to speak first. Wait, watch, and choose your moment. On social media, post less but with purpose. Make every word, every action count. Silence is not absence, it's presence. It's the weight of a predator waiting in the dark. Master it, and you'll master the room, the deal, the game. Section 3. The myth of fairness. You've been fed a lie since childhood, that fairness governs the world. Work hard, stay honest, play by the rules, and you'll be rewarded. Be patient, be kind, be humble, and your time will come. But history laughs at this fantasy, and Machiavelli saw it for what it was, a tool to keep you docile. In The Prince, he wrote, "Men are so simple that he who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. The world is not a meritocracy, it's a battlefield. Those who rise, CEOs, influencers, presidents, warlords, don't wait for fairness. They create their own outcomes. They manipulate perceptions, secure alliances, and eliminate threats. Look at history. Julius Caesar didn't climb to power by being just. He outmaneuvered rivals, crossed the Rubicon, and dared the Senate to stop him. Alexander the Great didn't wait for permission to conquer. He took the known world by the throat and held it until his death. In the modern world, tech titans like Jeff Bezos didn't build empires by playing fair. They crushed competitors, exploited loopholes, and reshaped industries to their will. Fairness is a story told to keep you compliant, to make you wait your turn while others take what's yours. You've seen it in your own life, haven't you? The colleague who schmoozes the boss gets the promotion, while you, the diligent worker, get a pat on the back. The influencer who buys followers gets the brand deal, while the honest creator languishes. The politician who lies with a smile wins the election, while the truthful one fades into obscurity. The game is rigged, not against you, but against those who believe in fairness. So stop chasing justice. Stop waiting for the world to notice your virtue. Start chasing leverage. Build networks of influence, not friendships. Hoard information, not goodwill. Strike when the moment is right, not when it's fair. Machiavelli knew that power doesn't come to those who deserve it, it comes to those who take it. The world doesn't owe you fairness, it doesn't owe you anything. Your job is to carve out your place, to seize what's yours, and to defend it with every tool at your disposal. This doesn't mean abandoning ethics entirely. It means recognizing that ethics are a luxury, not a strategy. In a world where others play dirty, your purity won't save you. It'll bury you. Learn to play the game as it's played, not as you wish it were. Build alliances with those who can help you, even if you don't like them. Use information to your advantage, even if it feels ruthless. Act decisively, even if it means stepping on toes. The world respects results, not intentions. Take what's yours, or watch someone else take it from you. Section 4. The Art of Deception. Machiavelli didn't glorify deceit, but he understood its necessity in a world where honesty is a liability. A prudent ruler, he wrote, cannot keep his word when it is against his interest. Truth is noble, but it's a luxury you can't always afford. Strategic deception is not betrayal, it's survival. It's the art of bending perceptions to your advantage, of curating truth to secure your position. Consider a business example. A competitor feigns weakness, downplaying their resources to lull rivals into complacency. When the moment is right, they strike, unveiling a product or strategy that catches everyone off guard. In negotiations, the one who hides their bottom line until the final moment holds the upper hand. In relationships, the one who conceals their true intentions until commitment is secured wields control. Deception doesn't mean lying recklessly. It means revealing just enough to seem trustworthy while withholding what keeps you unpredictable. Think of a poker player. They don't win by showing their cards. They win by bluffing with a calm face, by making others second-guess their own hands. Or consider a startup founder pitching to investors. They project confidence, even when their company is bleeding cash, because perception drives funding. The world doesn't punish deception. It rewards results. Those who master the art of selective truth shape the outcomes they desire. Machiavelli's genius was in understanding that deception is not about malice. It's about strategy. You don't lie to hurt others. You lie to protect your interests. You don't mislead to destroy. You mislead to advance. In The Prince, he tells the story of Cesare Borgia, who used deception to consolidate power in Romagna. Borgia appointed a ruthless governor to pacify the region, then publicly executed him to win the people's favor, appearing merciful while securing control. The deception was calculated, precise, and effective. How do you apply this today? In the workplace, share just enough of your plans to gain trust, but keep your bigger ambitions hidden. In negotiations, let others overestimate your constraints, then surprise them with your strength. On social media, craft a persona that projects success, even when you're struggling. The goal is not to be dishonest for its own sake, but to control the narrative. The world is a stage, and you are both actor and director. Write the script that serves you, and let others play the parts you assign them. But a word of caution: deception requires discipline. Lie too often, and you lose credibility. Reveal too little, and you breed suspicion. The key is balance. Share enough to seem open, conceal enough to stay powerful. Study those who do this well. The politician who dodges questions with charm, the entrepreneur who pivots without warning, the leader who smiles while planning a coup. Deception is not a sin. It's a tool. Wield it wisely, and you'll bend the world to your will. Section 5. Building dependency, not loyalty. Loyalty is a beautiful word, but it's a fleeting reality. People swear allegiance when it suits them, but the moment a better offer comes along, they'll turn. Machiavelli saw through the myth of loyalty. Men are more ready to repay an injury than a benefit, he warned, because gratitude is a burden. Chasing loyalty is chasing a mirage. True power lies in building dependency, making others need you so deeply that betrayal is not an option. Dependency is the invisible chain that binds people to you. Be the one who holds the keys to opportunities, the one who solves problems others can't, the one whose absence would collapse their world. In the workplace, share knowledge selectively so colleagues rely on your expertise. In business, offer value that clients can't find elsewhere. Think of Apple, whose ecosystem locks users in with seamless integration. In personal life, be the pillar others lean on but never lean back. When people need you, they don't betray you. They can't afford to. Machiavelli's insight was that dependency is stronger than love. Love fades with time. Need endures. Look at historical rulers like Cleopatra, who secured Rome's support by making herself indispensable to Caesar and later Antony. Or consider modern tech giants like Google, whose dominance comes not from loyalty, but from being woven into every aspect of daily life: search, email, maps, cloud. When you control what others depend on, you control them. How do you build dependency? Start by identifying what others lack: resources, knowledge, connections, stability. Then position yourself as the solution. At work, become the go-to person for critical tasks, but guard your methods so others can't replicate them. In business, create products or services that become habits, not just purchases. In relationships, offer support that feels irreplaceable, but always maintain your independence. The goal is to make your presence a necessity, not a choice. But dependency isn't just about giving, it's about controlling. Give too much and you breed entitlement. Give too little and you lose influence. The art is in the balance. Offer enough to hook them, withhold enough to keep them hungry. Machiavelli called this keeping men in suspense of hope. Let them taste the reward, but never let them forget who provides it. Build these invisible chains, polish them until they gleam like crowns, and you'll build an empire that no one dares abandon. Section 6. The necessity of ruthlessness. Kindness is a luxury. Ruthlessness is a necessity. Machiavelli didn't advocate cruelty for its own sake, but he knew that power demands hard choices. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both, he wrote in The Prince. The world doesn't respect the soft-hearted, it respects the unyielding. When betrayed, don't forgive, strike. When challenged, don't negotiate, dominate. When opportunity knocks, don't hesitate, seize. Ruthlessness doesn't mean violence or malice, it means decisiveness. It's the willingness to make the tough call, to prioritize your goals over others' feelings, to act when others flinch. In business, it's firing the underperformer who drags down your team, even if they're well-liked. In relationships, it's cutting ties with the friend who undermines you, even if it stings. In competition, it's exposing the rival who crosses you, even if it feels harsh. Ruthlessness is not about hate, it's about survival. History is a testament to this truth. Alexander the Great didn't build an empire by sparing his enemies. He crushed them, city by city, until the world knelt. Genghis Khan didn't unite the Mongols by being gentle. He forged unity through fear and conquest. In the modern era, Steve Jobs didn't revive Apple by being nice. He demanded excellence, cut failing products, and outmaneuvered competitors. These figures weren't loved in their time. They were feared, respected, and remembered. But ruthlessness must be strategic, not reckless. Uncontrolled cruelty breeds rebellion. Calculated ruthlessness breeds compliance. Machiavelli tells of Cesare Borgia, who used swift public punishment to pacify a lawless region, then shifted to benevolence to win loyalty. The lesson? Strike hard, but strike once. Let the memory of your decisiveness do the rest. How do you apply this today? In the workplace, don't tolerate incompetence. Replace it. If a colleague betrays your trust, don't give second chances. Cut them off professionally and move on. In business, don't let sentimentality cloud your judgment. If a partnership isn't working, end it. In life, don't cling to relationships that drain you. Walk away. Ruthlessness is not about being heartless. It's about being clear-eyed. The world is a storm, and you must be the one who bends it, not the one who breaks beneath it. This doesn't mean abandoning compassion entirely. Compassion can be a tool, a way to win hearts after you've secured power. But until you're in control, ruthlessness is your shield. Be the one who acts when others hesitate, who cuts when others cling, who rises when others fall. Be the storm, not the shelter. Section 7. The illusion of loyalty. Loyalty is a word that sounds noble but crumbles under pressure. You've been taught to seek it, to build teams, friendships, and alliances based on mutual trust. But Machiavelli knew better. Men are ungrateful, fickle, false, he wrote, and as long as you succeed, they are yours entirely. When you no longer need them, they turn against you. Loyalty is conditional, tied to convenience, not honor. The moment your value fades, so does their allegiance. This is why chasing loyalty is a fool's errand. Instead, focus on leverage. Loyalty follows those who hold power, not those who beg for it. Look at any organization. Employees are loyal to the boss who controls their paycheck, not the one who's nicest. In politics, allies support the leader who delivers results, not the one who makes promises. In personal life, people stay close to those who offer something they can't get elsewhere: status, security, opportunity. Machiavelli's solution was to make loyalty a byproduct of necessity. Don't ask for devotion, demand dependence. Be the one who controls the resources, the opportunities, the outcomes. In The Prince, he recounts how Cesare Borgia secured the loyalty of his mercenaries not through friendship, but through fear and reward. When they needed him, they served him. When they didn't, he eliminated them. Apply this to your life. At work, don't try to be everyone's friend. Be the one who solves problems, who opens doors, who holds the keys to advancement. In business, don't seek partners who like you. Seek those who need you. In relationships, don't chase love. Chase respect, the kind that comes from being indispensable. Leverage is the glue that binds people to you, stronger than any oath. But leverage requires vigilance. People are fickle, and their needs shift. Stay one step ahead. Anticipate what they'll want tomorrow and position yourself as the only one who can provide it. If you're a manager, keep your team reliant on your guidance, but never let them feel secure enough to challenge you. If you're an entrepreneur, lock customers into your ecosystem, so leaving you is too costly. If you're a friend, be the one whose absence would leave a void too big to fill. Loyalty may fade, but leverage endures. Build it, and you'll never stand alone. Section 8. The Power of Mystery. In a world obsessed with oversharing, mystery is a superpower. Social media trains you to broadcast your life, your breakfast, your workout, your every thought. But Machiavelli knew that visibility is vulnerability. Never be fully known, he implied, because the parts of you others cannot see are the parts they cannot attack. Mystery breeds fear, and fear breeds respect. Think of the enigmatic leader who reveals little but commands attention. Steve Jobs was a master of this. He rarely shared personal details, keeping the focus on his vision. His unpredictability, his sudden pivots, his cryptic announcements, kept competitors guessing and followers captivated. Or consider historical figures like Cleopatra, whose allure came not from transparency, but from the enigma she cultivated. She was a puzzle no one could solve, and that made her irresistible. Mystery is not about being aloof. It's about being selective. Share enough to seem human, but withhold enough to stay untouchable. In the workplace, don't broadcast your ambitions. Let your results hint at them. In negotiations, don't lay all your cards on the table. Keep one hidden, always. On social media, don't post your every move. Let your silence create curiosity. The less others know, the more they project onto you, and projection is power. How do you cultivate mystery? Start by mastering your emotions. Don't let anger, fear, or excitement betray your intentions. Practice a neutral expression, a steady voice, a measured pace. When asked about your plans, deflect with vague confidence. I'm exploring some interesting opportunities. When pressed for details, smile and change the subject. Let others talk while you listen, storing their words for later use. Mystery also means breaking patterns. Predictability is death. If you always react the same way, always agree, always argue, always comply, you become a target. Shift your approach. Praise one day, critique the next, support publicly, undermine privately. Be a storm without a forecast, a ghost without a map. When others can't pin you down, they can't outmaneuver you. But mystery requires discipline. It's tempting to share, to seek validation, to fill the silence. Resist. Every word you withhold strengthens your aura. Every secret you keep sharpens your edge. Let others wonder what you're thinking, what you're planning, what you're capable of. Let them fear the power they can't define. In a world of noise, the mysterious are the ones who endure. Section 9. The Art of Alliances. No one rises alone. Even the most powerful need allies, partners, supporters, pawns. But Machiavelli warned that alliances are not friendships. A prince must have no other object than that of war and its discipline, he wrote, meaning every relationship must serve your purpose. Allies are tools, not treasures. Choose them not for loyalty, but for utility. In history, alliances built empires. Rome's dominance came from strategic partnerships with weaker states, whom it later absorbed. In the modern world, tech giants like Microsoft forge alliances with competitors, only to pivot when the partnership no longer serves them. Alliances are temporary, driven by mutual need, not mutual affection. How do you build alliances? First, identify those who can help you, people with resources, influence, or skills you lack. Then offer something they need, information, access, or opportunity. But never give more than you get. In the workplace, align with colleagues who can amplify your impact, but keep your own agenda first. In business, partner with firms that expand your reach, but always have an exit strategy. In life, connect with those who elevate your status, but never let them hold power over you. Machiavelli's genius was in understanding that alliances are a dance of power. You must lead, not follow. Maintain control by being the one who offers the most value, but also the one who can walk away. Never let an ally become indispensable. Always have alternatives. If a partner grows too strong, weaken them subtly. If they grow too comfortable, remind them of their dependence. Alliances also require betrayal. Not reckless betrayal, but strategic. When an ally outlives their usefulness, cut them loose. When a partnership threatens your goals, sabotage it quietly. Machiavelli tells of Lorenzo de' Medici, who balanced alliances with rival city-states, only to shift allegiances when it suited Florence's interests. The lesson? Loyalty to allies ends where your survival begins, but betrayal must be clean. Don't burn bridges with fanfare. Do it with precision. End partnerships with plausible deniability, shift blame to circumstances, maintain the appearance of goodwill. The world respects those who maneuver, not those who moralize. Build alliances, but hold them lightly. They're stepping stones, not anchors. Section 10. The weight of fear. Machiavelli's most famous maxim is also his most misunderstood. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Love is fragile, swayed by emotion and circumstance. Fear is enduring, rooted in self-preservation. The powerful don't need to be adored, they need to be respected, and respect begins with fear. Fear doesn't mean tyranny. It means being the one whose displeasure carries consequences. In the workplace, the manager who enforces deadlines with clear repercussions commands more obedience than the one who pleads for cooperation. In business, the company that can disrupt markets, like Amazon, keeps competitors on edge. In life, the person whose absence creates uncertainty is the one others hesitate to cross. History is full of feared figures who shaped the world. Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor, unified a fractured land through ruthless policies, earning fear that cemented his legacy. In modern times, leaders like Vladimir Putin maintain power not through charm, but through the certainty that defiance has a price. Fear is not about cruelty, it's about clarity. Make it clear that crossing you is costly, and you'll rarely need to act. How do you inspire fear? First, be decisive. Punish betrayal swiftly and visibly, not with anger, but with cold efficiency. If a colleague undermines you, expose their mistake publicly, framed as a lesson for the team. If a partner breaks a deal, withdraw your support and let their failure speak for itself. Second, be unpredictable. Don't let others anticipate your reactions. Keep them guessing. A smile today, a warning tomorrow, support now, silence later. Third, be indispensable. When others rely on you, the thought of losing you becomes a threat in itself. But fear must be balanced with restraint. Too much, and you breed rebellion. Too little, and you lose authority. Machiavelli advised rulers to avoid being hated, which comes from cruelty without purpose. Use fear like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. Let your actions, swift, precise, and rare, do the talking. The goal is not to be feared for fear's sake, but to be respected for your power. When others know crossing you carries a price, they'll fall in line without a word. Section 11. Crafting your legacy. You're not here to live and die unnoticed. You're here to leave a mark that outlives you, a legacy that echoes through time. Machiavelli understood that power is not just about the present, it's about shaping the future. The end justifies the means, he argued, because history doesn't care about your methods. It cares about your impact. Build something undeniable, a business, a movement, a reputation. Make yourself indispensable, unforgettable, inevitable. Every decision you make today is a brick in the monument of your legacy. Say less, do more. Plan in secret, execute in public. Let your results speak louder than your promises. Look at historical giants like Augustus, who transformed Rome from a republic to an empire, not through speeches but through calculated moves that reshaped the world. Or consider modern titans like Elon Musk, who doesn't beg for approval but forces industries, space, automotive, AI, to bend to his vision. Your legacy isn't built by being liked, it's built by being undeniable. In the workplace, be the one whose absence would cripple the team, whose ideas drive progress, whose name is synonymous with success. In business, create something that changes how people live. Think of Google's search engine or Apple's iPhone. In life, be the one whose influence lingers, whose standards others strive to meet long after you're gone. But legacy requires sacrifice. Comfort, popularity, ease. These are the enemies of greatness. You must be willing to work when others rest, to risk when others retreat, to stand alone when others conform. Machiavelli tells of Cosimo de' Medici, who built Florence's dominance not by seeking applause, but by outlasting his rivals, outsmarting his enemies, and outbuilding his peers. Legacy is not a gift, it's a conquest. How do you start? Identify your battlefield, your career, your industry, your community. Then define your mark. Is it a company that disrupts markets, a movement that shifts culture, a reputation that inspires awe? Once you know your goal, move with precision. Eliminate distractions, cut ties with those who hold you back, and focus on results. Every step, every choice, every moment is a chance to build something eternal. Start now or fade into oblivion. Section 12. The brutal truth of survival. Let's strip away the illusions. The world is not kind, fair, or forgiving. It's a machine that chews up the weak and rewards the strong. Machiavelli saw this clearly. Men must either be caressed or annihilated. There is no middle ground. You either rise to dominate or sink to be dominated. Survival is not about hoping for better days. It's about making them happen. This truth is uncomfortable, but liberating. Once you accept that the world owes you nothing, you stop waiting for permission. You stop expecting fairness. You stop craving approval. You start acting. In history, those who survived weren't the purest, they were the most adaptable. The Mongols didn't conquer Asia by being moral, they did it by being relentless. The Renaissance popes didn't hold power by being holy, they did it by being cunning. In today's world, survival means mastering the chaos. Technology shifts overnight, adapt or be obsolete. Markets crash, pivot or perish. Relationships fracture, rebuild or move on. The strong don't complain about change, they exploit it. Look at Netflix, which killed Blockbuster by embracing streaming while others clung to DVDs. Or consider individuals who thrive in crises, entrepreneurs who spot opportunities in recessions, leaders who rally teams when others panic. Survival demands three things: clarity, adaptability, and action. Clarity means knowing your goal, power, wealth, influence, legacy. Adaptability means bending with the times, learning new skills, abandoning old habits. Action means moving before others do, striking while others hesitate, building while others dream. Machiavelli's rulers survived not because they were loved, but because they were necessary. Be necessary. Be the one the world can't ignore, the one it can't replace, the one it can't forget. This mindset is not easy. It requires shedding the lies you've been fed about fairness, about kindness, about waiting your turn. It requires embracing the brutal truth that power is the only language the world understands. But once you embrace it, you're free. Free to act, to build, to dominate. The world is a battlefield. Fight or fall. Section 13. The discipline of power. Power is not a gift, it's a discipline. Machiavelli understood that dominance requires control, first of yourself, then of others. A prince must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves, he wrote. The fox is cunning, the lion is fierce, but both are disciplined. Without discipline, cunning becomes chaos, and ferocity becomes recklessness. Self-discipline is the foundation of power. Control your emotions, anger, fear, excitement. A leader who lashes out loses respect. A leader who stays calm commands it. In a crisis, when others panic, your steady hand becomes a beacon. Practice this. When provoked, pause. When tempted to overshare, restrain. When eager to act, wait. Discipline is not suppression, it's strategy. It's choosing when to strike, when to speak, when to stay silent. Discipline extends to your habits. The powerful don't waste time on trivialities. They focus on what moves them forward. Cut distractions, endless scrolling, mindless entertainment, toxic relationships. Invest in skills that sharpen your edge. Reading, learning, building. Machiavelli's rulers studied war even in peace, preparing for battles others didn't see coming. In today's world, this means staying ahead of trends, mastering new technologies, anticipating shifts before they happen. Discipline also means controlling your environment. Surround yourself with those who elevate you, not drag you down. Choose allies who challenge you to grow, not flatter you to stagnate. In the workplace, seek mentors who push you. In business, partner with those who expand your reach. In life, befriend those who inspire ambition. Your circle shapes your trajectory. Choose it with care. But discipline is not just about you, it's about imposing it on others. Set clear expectations, enforce consequences, reward results. In The Prince, Machiavelli praises rulers who maintained order through strict systems, not leniency. In modern terms, this means being the manager who sets deadlines and follows through, the entrepreneur who builds processes that scale, the leader who creates a culture of excellence. Discipline is contagious. When you embody it, others follow. The disciplined rise because they outlast the impulsive, outthink the careless, outbuild the lazy. Be the one who shows up early, stays late, and never stops sharpening. Power is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Run it with discipline and you'll leave others in the dust. Section 14. The long game of dominance power is not a moment, it's a campaign. Machiavelli's genius was in playing the long game, seeing moves others missed, planning years ahead while others chased fleeting wins. The wise man does at once what the fool does at last, he wrote. The powerful don't react, they anticipate. They don't chase trends, they set them. They don't fight battles, they win wars. The long game requires patience, but not passivity. It's about planting seeds today that bloom tomorrow. In business, this means investing in technologies others ignore, like Amazon's early bet on cloud computing. In careers, it means building skills others overlook, like learning AI in a world still focused on traditional roles. In life, it means cultivating relationships that pay off years later, like networking with future leaders before they rise. Playing the long game means sacrificing short-term gains for long-term dominance. It's saying no to quick profits that weaken your foundation, no to alliances that limit your freedom, no to distractions that derail your vision. Look at Warren Buffett, who built wealth not by chasing fads but by betting on value over decades. Or consider Angela Merkel, who navigated Germany through crises by prioritizing stability over popularity. Machiavelli's rulers played the long game by securing power step by step. They built fortresses, trained armies, and forged alliances years before they needed them. In today's world, this translates to building systems, financial, professional, personal, that make you anti-fragile. Save more than you spend. Learn more than you teach. Connect more than you isolate. Every choice compounds, building a foundation that withstands storms. The long game also means outlasting your enemies. Rivals will tire, falter, or overreach. Let them. While they burn out chasing quick wins, you build quietly, steadily, relentlessly. When the moment comes, you'll strike, not with desperation, but with certainty. The long game is not about speed, it's about inevitability. Be the one who's still standing when others fall, still building when others collapse, still rising when others fade. How do you play it? Start by defining your end game. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Then reverse engineer the steps to get there. Break it into daily actions. One skill learned, one connection made, one risk taken. Stay focused, stay patient, stay ruthless. The world rewards those who endure. Play the long game and you'll write the rules others live by. Section 15. The price of power. Power is not free. It comes with a cost: loneliness, sacrifice, misunderstanding. Machiavelli knew this, writing, "The prince must be alone if he wishes to remain strong." The path to dominance is not crowded. It's a solitary climb, paved with choices others won't understand and sacrifices others won't make. The first price is isolation. The powerful stand apart. You can't afford to blend in, to seek approval, to crave belonging. When you prioritize power, some will resent you, others will fear you, and many will leave you. Friends may drift away, unable to grasp your ambition. Colleagues may turn cold, threatened by your rise. Family may question your choices, urging you to settle for less. Accept this. Loneliness is not a flaw, it's a feature. It's the space where you sharpen your edge, where you plan without distraction, where you become untouchable. The second price is sacrifice. Power demands you give up comfort for growth, ease for effort, safety for risk. You'll work nights while others sleep, study while others scroll, fight while others flee. Every hour spent building is an hour not spent relaxing. Every dollar saved is a dollar not spent on pleasure. Every relationship cut is a bond not nurtured. But these sacrifices are investments. They buy you freedom, influence, legacy. The third price is misunderstanding. The world will call you cold, ruthless, selfish. They'll label you a villain for refusing to play their game, for rejecting their rules, for rising above their expectations. Let them. Their judgment is the tax you pay for greatness. Machiavelli was vilified in his time, branded a cynic for speaking truth. Yet his ideas shaped history, outliving his critics. The powerful don't seek applause, they seek impact. Paying the price requires resolve. Doubt will creep in. Am I too harsh, too alone, too driven? Push it aside. Remind yourself why you chose this path. Not for comfort, not for approval, but for dominance. Every sacrifice, every lonely night, every harsh word is a step toward something greater. A life that matters, a name that endures, a legacy that defies time. The world will tempt you to quit, to settle, to conform. Resist. The price of power is steep, but the reward is immortality. Pay it willingly, and you'll carve your name into the stone of history. Section 16. The Call to Action. The world is not waiting for you. It's moving without you. Every moment you hesitate, someone else claims the power you could have taken. Every day you cling to the lies of fairness, kindness, or transparency. You chain yourself to mediocrity. But you're not here to be mediocre. You're here to be inevitable. Machiavelli's wisdom is your weapon. Master strategic silence and you'll control the room. Wield deception and you'll shape perceptions. Build dependency and you'll bind others to your will. Embrace ruthlessness and you'll clear your path. Cultivate mystery and you'll inspire fear. Forge alliances and you'll multiply your strength. Play the long game and you'll outlast your rivals. Pay the price and you'll claim your legacy. This is not a game for the timid. It's a war for the bold, the cunning, the relentless. The world is a battlefield, and you were born to conquer it. But you must act. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you're ready. Now start small, but start today. In your next conversation, practice silence. Listen more. Reveal less. In your next decision, prioritize leverage over fairness. Choose the move that strengthens your position. In your next challenge, be ruthless. Cut what holds you back, strike where it counts. In your next moment of doubt, remember Machiavelli's truth. Power is not given, it's taken. Subscribe to this channel for more strategies to dominate in a chaotic world. Visit x.ai/grok to unlock tools that sharpen your edge, resources to help you think clearer, act faster, and rise higher. Share this video with those who need to hear it, those who are ready to stop playing small and start playing to win. The game is brutal, but you were built for it. You're not here to be liked, to be fair, to be forgotten. You're here to be feared, to be respected, to be remembered. Stop waiting for permission. Stop hoping for fairness. Stop chasing approval. Start building your empire. Start carving your legacy. Start becoming the force the world can't ignore. Be decisive. Be relentless. Be inevitable. The throne is empty, and it's yours to take. Claim it now or watch someone else do it. The choice is yours, but time is not. Act today or fade tomorrow. Become the storm that reshapes the world. Become the name that history whispers with awe. Become the power that no one can stop. This is your moment. The world is chaotic, unforgiving, and ripe for those who dare to seize it. Machiavelli's truths are not just lessons, they're weapons. Use them. Silence your doubts, sharpen your strategy, and strike with precision. The path to power is not easy, but it's yours to walk. Every step you take, every choice you make, every sacrifice you endure brings you closer to the throne. You were not born to follow. You were not born to fade. You were born to dominate. So go. Build your empire. Shape your legacy. Make the world bend to your will. And when the dust settles, when the battles are won, when your name echoes through time, they'll know one thing. There was a time when you walked this earth, and nothing was ever the same because of it. Be that force. Be that name. Be that power. Start now. The world is waiting, but not for long.